All right, guys, we are back. We've covered TCM. We just talked about EnVy. Now it's time to watch some EnVy gameplay, and I want to make sure everyone who's tuning in now knows what's coming up after that. We're going to be recapping the MLG Call of Duty League. We're coming down to the final weeks with packs on the line. EnVy still fighting for a spot in that tournament. We'll also talk about the EnVy LAN, TCM LAN a little bit, and show you some more gameplay. So lots of action still to come here on the ESR Daily Update. But right now, Ben, let's sit back, relax, and watch some EnVy action. What's our map?
It's EnVy versus Optic, map 2, S&D on Warhawk.
Gaming and Envious. So far, Optic drawing first blood. And we have a lot of fans tuning in for the first time. Producer just told me the numbers are skyrocketing. So thank you all for getting out there on Twitter, Facebook, all social media, and spreading the word. This is the U.S. Championship, the final winners bracket round 2 matchup of the day. Let's take a moment to get to know the teams if you're tuning in for the first time. Here we go with Optic Gaming. You got Nadeshot, Scump, Clayster, and Embos. The newly formed Optic Gaming is led by the captain, Matt Haig. Nadeshot, the 21-year-old. He is a YouTube superstar and a pro player hungry for an MLG championship and another shot at the $1 million. Scumpy, Seth Abner, just 18 years old. This is the X Factor, the SMG Super Slayer. When Scumpy goes off, everyone knows about it. Clayster, Mr. James Eubanks, 21 years old. He is the hype man, one of the loudest guys in competitive gaming. The former member of Complexity, now looking for revenge. And of course, Embos, the S&D objective mastermind. This guy has some of the best grenades on the game, and he has some incredible SMG skills as well.
Such a solid roster as well, you know. You look at this team and you really think this could be a team that could go out and really produce the goods and, you know, get some good results at Call of Duty Championships. If, of course, they make it that far, they have to go through EnVy first. And, you know, that EnVy lineup, yeah, is pretty strong itself, not gonna lie.
All right, well, let's take a look at this Optic roster at the start of game number 2. We're going in to search and destroy, and off the start, we have Optic Gaming playing a bit of defense. Let's see where this bomb is going, actually, as Rambo has posted up here in post, actually, trying to get to that B bomb site. He will have some cover. One teammate is going to be watching the back flank. Meanwhile, you got Merc and Nameless trying to protect over here at B. Let's go over to Nameless to check out these nades.
Nameless as well. So using that dual button, and he did just see someone and turned around at the most inconvenient time. That's Call of Duty timing at its greatest right there. There's time ticking away. It's going to be 3 versus 3. There's a couple of players going down for both sides. Embos and Scump now down for Optic, so EnVy with the one-man advantage. And you got Rambo on your screens right now. Has a player just to his left-hand side. Of course, he isn't going to see him. And just a hate.
Players are so close to each other right now.
So close, and it's just a waiting game at this point. It's just who's going to be the most patient. And obviously, EnVy, they have to plant the bomb, so Optic can really just sit and watch this bomb site.
And you can see the rotation. Clayster going back to check A. The bomb's still not planted. Nadeshot is going to get swarmed, as you just saw Rambo pick up his second kill. Now he'll go for the bomb plant. A 1-on-3 for Clayster. Let's see what he can do here.
He's got a lot of work to do. Obviously, bomb does go down. He's going up against Rambo, Merc, and Nameless. And you can see on the top left of your screen the way the EnVy roster has set up. Clayster just trying to find that pick. He did just see someone cross as well towards that white car. He goes for the shots.
Oh.
Not going to happen, though, as Rambo managed to come up clutch and pick up the kill with the SMG.
Yeah, that first shot hit, but then the recoil of that Remington just aiming right above his opponent. Rambo reacting, and look at Rambo Ray. You talked about his search and destroy strats. Yeah. How about his gun skill? 3 kills and a plant. Great patience there on their first attacking round.
And to be honest, it's Rambo which really does worry me about. If I'm a player on any other team, he's just so dominant. But we'll have a look at Clayster now on board with the Optic team, and he's got that sniper rifle out. He's going for the pick, middle map, misses the shot. And that's a rarity in itself. You very rarely see Clayster miss that sniper shot, or any sniper shots for that matter. But changing over now to Embos, who's a bit further forward, picks up a kill, and that's 2 EnVy players down, both Study and Merc. And it's looking pretty good for Optic as Clayster just runs it in with the pistol. Sniper out, 360 no scope, not going to happen.
Last man standing for Envious is Nameless. He just picked up 1, but will need the ace and the defuse. Optic wisely spreading up around that map. We'll go back on board with Nameless to see what he can do here.
Well, as he makes his way through post, you can see just the triangle of Optic players which are surrounding him, and he's actually pulled out the sniper rifle.
Gotta look cool when you go out, man. Gotta look cool when you go out.
You have to try go for something flashy at least. But you know, going back to Rambo, the thing that really does worry me the most for any team going against this EnVy roster is he was planning on being a coach, of course, not so long ago, and he made, or at least I've heard he made a playbook of what every team does. So, you know, he's going to be sat there knowing exactly what Optic do every single round, and that's just going to make your life so much easier.
We'll see if Optic has switched up their strats or if EnVy knows exactly what they're going to do. Off the start here, it's Nameless carrying the bomb. Rambo, the decoy, going to B. And we're going to see our first battle. That one is going to be won by Optic. And the second blood, it could have come any moment, as in the middle of the map you have Merc trying to hunt down his teammates' killers. And there he will get revenge. 3-on-3. Another opportunity as Rambo gets the kill in the back. Another kill opportunity here, but he will turn away. Bomb is planted. Optic Gaming so spread out. It's going to be Embos coming from the back. Will he get this next kill? No, a knife to the heart, all up to Clayster.
Clayster all by himself. He's not going to be able to do it as Nameless comes in strong. Rambo starting off 4-1 in this search and destroy. Nameless 2-1, Merc 2-1 as well. So EnVy's starting pretty good.
And I love this. With every Optic death, there's a EnVy, though, they're feeling it so far. 2-1. Nameless, he is sitting at 2-1 with that plant. Rambo, though, the top slayer on this team at 4-1. On the other side, pretty quiet game so far for Clayster and Scumpy. I'm looking for these two guys to have a big round. And Clayster's getting on his top fence, has great reaction time, and earlier we saw him get the wall bang. Not lucky with his first two shots, and now he knows he needs to get up close and personal.
And he's going to have to try and challenge, because EnVy are going to know this is going to be an A-side push. He gets the hit marker as well with the grenade. Now going for the wallbang. Not so connecting close with anything. Oh my days, he's so close. And then he's actually going to get tagged himself. And you can see just how cautious Clayster's being at this point. And then in goes the grenade from Nameless. That's going to shut him down. Rambo's going to come in, pick up the kill on Nadeshot. So now Scump and Embos both going to be up for Optic Gaming. It's a 2 versus 3. It's doable, but it isn't going to be easy.
Scumpy going for the sniper, and no, just a second late there as a player was totally prone, did not see him. Embo's gonna answer back with one of his own, but has two more players jumping out. Embo's wide open here, and he is gonna get shut down. A little bit too aggressive at the end of that one. So EnVy starting to catch their stride. 3-1 so far here on Warhawk SND.
Yeah, maybe a little bit overzealous there from Embos. As soon as he jumped out there, he realized he didn't really have the time to try and dip back. He just had to go for the challenge.
Yep.
Unfortunately, it just didn't work. It's one of those, sometimes it does, sometimes it doesn't. But EnVy now in a commanding position in this search and destroy. 3-1 ahead. And you just got to give Rambo more props. It just seems every time I look at that minimap, he's always doing the right thing, and he has just the great support from his teammate. But oh my days, the nades again. This EnVy lineup, they just know their nade spots just so well.
You can tell they've been practicing for this moment. The remaining defenders, Embos, Nadeshot, and Clayster up against all four members of EnVy. The bomb, it's right next to B. Rambo's just waiting for the perfect time. You have Nameless waiting for a player from Op to get a little too aggressive. Same thing goes here for Merc, who's just gonna be watching that top water tower. And EnVy taking their time here, but I wonder, when do they make the move and who's gonna lead the charge? Last time it was Rambo jumping out to get a kill. Trophy is down, so his opponent knows where he's at. Let's see how Clayster reacts to this.
EnVy just loved that slow push from Clayster. Now he's going to fire through the smoke, connects with one. There's the second as well. That's exactly what Optic needed, that momentum shift. And that first shot from Clayster, he knew someone was going to be near that bomb, just fired blindly and picked up 2 kills, 24 seconds left as well. He knows EnVy are going to have to try and plant. Can Clayster try and pick up the remaining 2 kills and go for the ace?
The last one alive is Merc now after that kill from Embos, and there is Clayster to get the third. Wow, Clayster with the blind headshot through the smoke, knew exactly what Rambo wanted to do, and then connected with the thermal scope for the back-to-back kills, closes it out here with another headshot. Incredible Remington accuracy shown there.
Just so accurate, Clayster, he really is, and just such good knowledge as well. He recognized as soon as that smoke went down, he may not be able to see him through the smoke, but he knew he was going to be there. So nice 3 kills in that last round for Clayster, and now Optic on the attack. And I'm curious to see how they're going to play this, because last time they went to this bomb site, they didn't really have that much luck.
Clay just fell down, and I don't think that's what he was hoping to do. So Nadeshot's going to go for this early plant. He's going to be protected by everybody else. Scumpy just trying to throw some grenades out at the player that took him out last time they went for this charge. and EnVy is going to give them the plant. They're going to push up very slow. Nameless leading the charge with some blind firing.
And I love this play from Optic. They have Embos right at the back. That one orange arrow on the top left of your screen, pretty much in no man's land at this point, but he doesn't really need to be there. Now he's going to have to start to rotate though, because Scumpy was left all by himself. It's a 1 versus 3. Embos is going to know roughly where the bomb is planted, so he's going to have to try and go for a wallbang. He's going to need to do it very quickly. Goes for it. He's missed all the shots though, and EnVy should be able to get that diffuse. Not enough time there for Embos to work with. But you could see he knew roughly where the bomb was, but just not enough precise callouts there from the Optic lineup.
So there we go, 4-2. EnVy 2 rounds away from tying up this series at 1 apiece. Optic, they need 4, and it's going to be EnVy back on the attack as we're on board with the captain of this EnVy lineup, Mr. Merc.
Merc having a relatively decent game so far, I think it's fair to say, and he actually has someone just to his left-hand side. He hasn't even checked it. Nadeshot's picked up the kill. Now he turns, manages to pick up Nadeshot, so that's going to be a 3 versus 2 actually, as 2 Optic players go down. Embers went down at the other side of the map, and look at this from Merc. He's right next to someone, picks up another, and it's going to be Clayster now for the 1 versus 2.
Merc and Studdy left aligned versus Clayster. Clayster did clean up one, and Merc getting the knife. Cutting out the Achilles from Clayster here for the final kill. Look at that smile. He is feeling good about this.
What a round.
So sneaky, laying in the dead body. And then, yep, just got the ankle. Dropped him.
I love how he shot and knifed at the same time.
It's pretty good.
He was just
impressive.
That multitasking, he was just like, I'll shoot you and I'll knife you. Why not? Why not?
So here we go. Can EnVy close it out, or will Optic have a stellar run like they did against Cole? 5-2, a minute 30 left on the clock, and here comes the sniper from Clay again.
Is he going to be able to pick it up this time? That's the question. He switches back out. Doesn't want to try and get for that pick as the nades come flying over. He should be really expecting EnVy to be throwing those nades. He's been caught off a fair few times in this search and destroy by nades, as Rambo has actually gone down for first blood, so this is looking like a good round now for Optic.
Bomb trying to be planted, nade shot getting tagged up all over. Scumpy wisely backing down, knowing the pressure is coming. And now Nadeshot's got to defend himself, but he needs a little help here. There is a player right on the outside of this door. Here it comes. Can Scump answer back? Nadeshot is cleaned up. Scumpy has to know where he's at. Gets the kill. Can he get the second? A third challenging from the right side. There is support. Merc and Studdy left alive, and now it's all up to Embos. Can Embos do it? The one-on-one versus Merc? No, Merc is too strong.
Embos went for the challenge. He must have thought Merc was going to go for the defuse, but Merc 8-2 right now, having a fantastic game. He's going to pick up that defuse, and that is going to be EnVy picking up the search and destroy, just proving their strats just too strong in search.
Good stuff from EnVy when it comes to search and destroy, but Optic, they won the only... All right, so in that game, EnVy tied up the series 1-1 versus Optic Gaming. They went on to beat Optic Gaming to secure their spot at the World Championships. Benson, anything in that Warhawk game stand out to you?
Just Merc, just being a beast, especially that 3-piece he picked up in one of those rounds. It was just absolutely unreal play from him, using such intelligence, and then I love the shoot and the knife still. Yeah, that was pretty swag.
It was pretty nice, right?
Pretty cool.
Little combo.
Yeah.
Parasite, we saw Rambo open things up 4-1, also got the plant down. Is that a regular game of search and destroy from him? And what do you expect to see come World Championships from a player like Rambo who's in charge of the objective?
Yeah, granted, Rambo is always like in charge of that whole objective play, and he is the selfless player out of, most Call of Duty players. He's the one that will sacrifice his KD or anything like that just to get that bomb down. But another thing I do like about Rambo is when he needs to make plays and when he needs to come up clutch, he's really, really sneaky, and he's really good at finding openings in other teams' defenses.
It's pretty good example of that in the first few rounds there. EnVy, they started well, took a few round losses, and then came to finish very strong. I think they're going to need to play consistently well through all of that World Championship bracket here. And speaking of the bracket, they are going to start in group play for Call of Duty World Championships. Let's pull up the group that EnVy will be playing in. I know it's not going to be easy for them, but Benson, we kind of talked about this a bit earlier. They're going up against teams like TEC Intensity, Immunity Australia, and Clarity Gaming. Out of the 4 here, personally, I feel like EnVy is the clear favorite.
Yeah, I would say EnVy is the clear favorite, but watch out. TEC, they have some some hidden talent in there. They may have some tricks up their sleeve, so don't take those guys easy. And as well as that, immunity as well. Don't take those guys too easy, because we've seen a couple of times, you know, in history of Call of Duty esports where a team has gone into it thinking we've won this game. How many times have they lost? They need to have that mentality. You cannot take any opponents lightly. But in all honesty, Puckett, if EnVy don't come out on top of that group, I will be so surprised.
All right, EnVy finished top 2 at the World Championships last year. This time around playing with a slightly different roster. Of course, Study's first ever World Championship. Nameless now on the roster as well. And Merc, who played with Optic Gaming last year and finished 3rd, is now on that EnVy Boys in Blues crew. Well, EnVy will be playing against TCM. We should plug the LAN one more time, guys. They will be playing all this week. Let me pull it up here. I had Hashtag send me all them details. I'll find out the exact details because Ron doesn't have my graphic. Do you?
He doesn't.
He doesn't. All right, it kicks off this Saturday. Saturday at 3 p.m. Eastern on MLG.TV. Monday, that'll be 3 p.m. as well, and on Wednesday at 3 p.m. In addition, they also have some league play matches, and we're going to talk about everything that's going on in the Call of Duty League. Stay tuned. After this commercial break, we'll break down what happened earlier this week in the MLG COD League. Curse Las Vegas and Big Chris are making some moves. Parasite trying to get back up in that #1 spot. We'll cover all that and more after this.